The reason they are important is that they are the ones that actually enable the future. I recall when I was in primary school, there was a teacher named Miss Gaynor. That was many years ago, I will not date myself, but Miss Gaynor was someone who was compassionate. She was patient with me. And even today, whereas I do not know where she is now, I know that back then at the Job's Hill all-age school, Miss Gaynor was somebody that I could count on, I could speak to, and she would take her time to explain what's happening to me, and that has remained with me throughout my life. The second person who I can think of as a teacher that has made an impact on my life is a teacher I met when I was actually professor in college, one Mr. David Pearson. David Pearson is someone who is a Bible teacher and a philosopher, and someone who could articulate on any topic, but he was someone who encouraged and showed you how you could learn to think. The work you do is important. I know sometimes you may feel that it is an unthankful work, but I want to tell you that what you're doing has meaning. It has meaning now and it has meaning in the future. You may not see it in the fullness of it, but I promise you, keep doing, keep pushing, because your impact on others has the potential to change generations and has the potential to change nations.
They are the gatekeepers to literacy, and the basic knowledge and the skills that we use every day, we learn them, most of them, a lot of them, I would say, from our teachers. And so I believe they're important for those reasons. And in addition to that, I believe they're very, essential to society. Okay, yes, I had a favorite teacher. Her name was Mrs. Lorena Forrest. And she was important and, special to me, specifically because she believed in me. I remember being in high school and I had to take every one of my report cards to her, and she would go through it and say, Aisha, you can do better in this one, do better in this one, you can, and she really motivated me. And if you passed through her class and didn't do well, it was because you didn't want to. And even today, as a university graduate, she still, motivates me, saying, Aisha, come on, next level, go do your doctorate or something. You can keep, you can do it. And so I just want to big up her, Miss Lorena Flores. Yeah, she's my favorite teacher and I will never forget her. To keep going, keep imparting all the knowledge you have, even if students might be very challenging at times, and it might seem right now like your efforts are going in vain or they're not going anywhere, but eventually it pays off. Even if it's that one student, you will see your labor and the fruits of your labor through them. And don't just be the person who gives knowledge to them, but be moral support, because that plays a very big role in
They're the ones who pass on information, to individuals, right, through different various medium. So it is very important that we have teachers that educate our population so that our population can keep moving. A couple of favorite teachers, my geography teacher in school, but especially my French teacher, Miss Barnaby. She was very great in how she disseminated her information. Teaching French, she made every effort to ensure that no one was left behind. supportive of the students, you know, support them, help to build their self-esteem. Eventually they will learn, right? And take it slow.
So teachers are important because when you're younger or up until high school, you're spending most of your day with them. So you're learning to model behaviors after them, you're learning to read, to write. They are your guidance really on how to interact with a large section of society. My best answer is my mother, because my mother is a teacher, even though she never taught me, but she has been teaching for longer than I have been alive, and watching her passion in the classroom, she's a teacher at the primary level, is very, very inspiring. And when I was younger, it used to be annoying to be walking on the road and she'd point out who would be her students, but getting older and realizing that she has even taught the children of her former students is really, really inspiring. So my mom is my favorite teacher. I'm sorry for talking so much and I'm sorry for fidgeting, but I really, really enjoyed Caribbean history in high school, and my teacher for that was Mr. Simmons. I also enjoyed music by Lisette Hawthorne, Miss Hawthorne Reavers, and those teachers took an unconventional approach. So they took into consideration the personalities of the students they were teaching. Mr. Simmons made history fun, Miss Reavers made music interesting, and so those lessons have actually stuck with me, and I've been able to apply what we learned, the concepts, the hows, the whys, to my everyday life. And I've actually been able to go, if we've examined this way, what impact did it have on B, for example? So I appreciate their approach to teaching and what they showed us in the classroom.
Teachers are important not only because they help to, well, as their name suggests, teach, but they also help to shape generations. They are the first people in our lives to really introduce us to a whole new world outside of the home, to teach us, you know, right from wrong on some aspect, and to teach us like the complexities or the simplicities of, you know, different concepts, whether that be the alphabet or, you know, even counting from 1 to 10 and then from 10 beyond. But they do a lot more for society than we give them credit for, and we can't really overstate their importance and the role that they play. At the time, Miss Natricia James, she would have been my IT teacher for a year. This was right after high school. I went to do some extra CXC subjects, and you know, she really drove the point home, or even the notion, for better phrasing, of being so committed to what you're doing that it becomes easy even when it's hard. And her passion was very infectious. She was an angel to be in the class with, and I think she had the most impact on me because at the time it was not the best of times for me mentally, and she really stepped in and she offered a helping hand. She offered advice, and she really took me under her wing. Not just me, but you know, the class in general. But for me, she really embraced that big sister that you can trust energy, and that's something that I never had. So it was really, really impactful for me. Keep doing what you're doing. I know it gets tough. Having taught briefly myself, it gets hard dealing with the struggles that are within the system, that are systematic, and of course the different personalities of the students you're interacting with. But keep doing what you're doing. What you're doing is very, very important, and it's impactful, it's positive, and I wish that there were more people like you in the world.
So I believe that teachers, since they are the persons who are interacting with us the most, they help to develop us in regards to our behavior, our outlook on life, our beliefs. So I think that teachers are really important in laying a foundation for who we will be and who we are. Running theme between all of the favorite teachers I've had is that they saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, and they encouraged me. They encouraged that light that they saw. So even when I doubted myself and I didn't think that I could do certain things, they were the ones that saw it and pushed me to go reach out, do what I have to do, and become the person I am now. For having faith and hope in me when I didn't have the faith and hope in myself. Thank you for seeing something that I didn't see and for guiding me down the right path.
Teachers are super important. They're like our second parents. We spend even more time with teachers than we do with our parents, and they're the ones that help us to get prepared for our future, for the wider world. My primary school grade 4 teacher, Mrs. Reynolds, who taught at halfway through primary school, she really nurtured my love for reading. I remember getting so good at reading while in her class that I was chosen by her to come here to the JVC to read for a commercial for, what's the name of the cartoon again? For Power Rangers. Yes, for Power Rangers. And I was super excited, and that even encouraged me further to read and to explore the world through books. Okay. The next teacher is Mrs. Henry Lawrence. She taught me history at Merle Grove High School. I just love the way she relates to her students. She's so encouraging, and I really love her. That you should do it for the love and not for the likes. If you really don't like teaching, if you don't like being around students, then maybe teaching is not your profession. But the teachers who really like to impart knowledge to their students, continue to fight the good fight, continue to be that middle ground, that standing between them and becoming delinquents. You are the ones that inspire us. Remember that everything you say to your students could become that thought that carries them out into adulthood. Sometimes teachers forget that whatever you do or say, even your actions, inspire future generations.
Teachers, I find, are very important because they do indeed pass on information from their generation or from generations past to the new one. So, of course, that's why they're most important. In high school, we had a geography teacher. She was also our homeroom teacher for both first and third form. Miss Hay, shout out to her. She was also, she was like a mother figure to us alongside being a teacher. She showed exceptional patience and, made sure that all of us were in line. So yeah, thank you, Miss A. To my teachers in particular, I'm glad that they had the patience to deal with me. I wasn't exactly a troublemaker per se, but I want to thank them for taking the time out of their daily lives to assist me in becoming the person that I've become today, and probably in the future become even a better person thanks to their perseverance.
Teachers are very important, not only to teach subjects and such, but also give life experience and to let the kids look to the future and know what's going to happen, good or bad, and how to go through it.
They help to raise the next generation. They impart knowledge that most of the time us as parents are not able to do. We may not have the time. Although we are the first set of teachers, but teachers in the institution are integral and very important to the development of the younger ones. My favorite teacher, yes, I did have a favorite teacher. His name is Mr. Street. Very strict in primary school. I remember one day I used to get bullied when I was very young, small, because they always beat me up because my mother let them to fight at school. So I remember this one time I was coming into class crying and all of that, and he took me aside, Mr. Street, and he said to me, what's wrong with you, Marty? Why are you crying? And I said to him, these girls are hitting me because I wouldn't fight. And he said, put my hands up and said, this is it. He doesn't profess the violence, but because the way he was in those times, it's not like now. You know, it's a way of teaching us self-defense, and put them and say, throw the first lick and then run. One of the things I'm happy about now is that they're outlawing corporal punishment in school. It was a horrible thing though when if you ever late when you get beaten with the canine stick or the cat and iron stick, or they used to call it in our days. It wasn't a strap, it was more like a ruler, and not even a ruler. It's a long stick, so I'm happy that no more corporal punishment in school.
Without teachers, we will be reinventing the wheel with every baby born. So teachers are very important. And the first teacher you would have probably encountered is your parents. So parents are teachers too. So it's not just the institutionalized school teachers. I did have a favorite teacher, just that I didn't recognize that she was actually my favorite teacher. Whatever good or bad she's talked about mostly, so I guess that makes her my favorite teacher. Very instrumental in, though later, but yes, instrumental in who I have become and all that I have done. Thank you for all that you have instilled. Thank you for all the lessons taught. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for having the patience, most of all, to deal with a very disruptive person like myself. Because in my earlier years at school, I was very disruptive. Though I was not doing too well in my subjects, but all of you who would have had challenges with me, I do apologize. One person, my favorite teacher, which unfortunately would have passed, I'm sorry. I never get to say sorry to you because let me be straight up. I hated you back then, Mrs. Sweeney, but it's when I became an adult and recognized what you were trying to do that I really get to love you, and I regret not being able to express, my sincere feelings to you, that you contributed a whole lot to my life. I mischaracterized only because I was stupid, young, youthful exuberance, whatever you want to call it, If there's a heaven for teachers, I am confident that you are there. And if we should meet again in the next life, or the afterlife, or wherever, I just want to say thank you. You deserve more than flowers from me, because it is what you would have tried with me in my early years that helped me to become the success I am today.